Think about your favorite superhero ensemble film, the one where all the heroes come together, they become a team. Whether it's part of the MCU or the DCEU, you have to admit that once you think about it, there's one huge thing that connects all these films. It makes them all very alike. And I don't know if you know what it is, so I'm gonna let you take a guess. And I'm telling you right now, it's not the idea of all these heroes coming together and fighting to achieve a common goal, you know? It's not about the message of like the power of friendship or anything like that. No, those are rookie ideas. If there was anything, any one thing, one through line that connects these films, one element that makes them all alike, it's the fact that in the third act of each of these films, the heroes face off against a gigantic, faceless horde of creatures. And it's getting really obvious, and with getting obvious, it's getting really annoying. Remember in the first Avengers film when the Avengers fought an army of faceless aliens called the Chitauri that were led by Loki? But for some reason when they blew up the mothership, all the Chitauri that were on Earth just kind of died? Or how about in Age of Ultron when Ultron had however many thousands of clone robots of himself that were flying all around Sokovia and the Avengers just busting them all one by one and somehow effectively cleared out every single one of them without none of the Avengers ever running out of ammunition or even stamina to continue the fight. Or in Guardians of the Galaxy, where they were trying to deal with, what was his name, Ronan the Accuser? All the other characters didn't have enough to do, so they fought an army of like gunner type of aliens or whatever, and it was really, really weird. Or even in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, when they were in the middle of fighting Ego, but that wasn't really enough to be having on screen at the same time, so they brought the Sovereign in, just to keep the Guardians of the Galaxy busy, as if they didn't have enough on their plates while fighting a mystical planet. Remember in Suicide Squad when there was like the bubble creatures? I think you get the point. What I'm trying to say is, for some reason, the writers of these films don't quite understand that you can engineer a third act that revolves around a large group of people fighting one enemy that doesn't have to always include fighting this gigantic horde of expendable, forgettable, nameless creatures. And I think that a lot of the popularity of this filming technique comes from the fact that writers aren't quite sure what to do when they have multiple characters on screen all trying to accomplish the same thing. So they come up with something to keep the characters busy and also make sure that they get a moment to look cool. And I think this is true right up until Infinity War, because there's moments when the characters are fighting just Thanos. And for the most part, any moment on screen when the Avengers are just fighting Thanos, it's really well done, well written, and well executed, which means that this can be done. It's just a matter of balance, because when you have Iron Man and his crew on Titan fighting Thanos, it's really impactful because every attack seems very desperate because they're kind of on the losing side through the entirety of the film. But then back on Wakanda, you have Captain America and Black Panther and all those other people just fighting Venom Goro creatures. And that came from the idea that when you have the Avengers facing off against Thanos in one place, you don't want these other characters not doing anything. You don't want them just sitting around kicking dirt until Thanos shows up on Earth looking for are you kidding me? Looking for the Mind Stone. Because if that's the case, then you're gonna have a bit of a dull third act. But I feel like it didn't have to go down exactly like that, and I'm not going to propose to you my fix of Avengers Infinity War, at least not right now. I'm still working on that. That is coming sometime in the future. I guess if I'm saying anything with everything that I've been saying in this video, it's that I'm expecting that over time, filmmakers will evolve a bit more with the storytelling. It can be written very effectively for an entire team to be facing one enemy at the exact same time without having the on-screen distractions of some gigantic faceless horde. Like, is this ball distracting you? Exactly. So do giant hordes. And it's a bit of a hurdle that we're going to have to wait out, I guess. It may never go away. It may go away by the time Avengers 4 comes out. I don't really expect Outriders to be making a return because there's nowhere near as many characters in Avengers 4 as there were in Infinity War. At least for the most part. But that's just my opinion on gigantic faceless hordes and my orange stress ball that I forgot I even had. And you come here for my opinion, so I hope you agree or even disagree. Let me know in the comments. Thank you ahead of time. Thank you also for liking and sharing and commenting and subscribing if you're new. And if you would like to see more of me struggling to get sentences out, then you can click anywhere on the screen right about now.